Cheese! Hey guys, it's supermexicanmia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ling ling! So today we have more of a sad type video. It's more about like our pets. And I just wanted to tell you and talk to you guys about Zeke. So as you guys know, Zeke is my sister's guinea pig, one of my sister's guinea pigs. We have Zeke and Elvis. So the two little guinea pigs, they were born around May of 2022, I believe. No, yeah, 2022. And they're from separate litters. One was actually rescued because Aaliyah adopted them. That's my, Aaliyah. She adopted them at the Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue. And one was I think surrender from a birth, like from mother. But then the one was like, they're both born there though. So that's all they've known their whole lives. And then she adopted them, rescued them, adopted them. But yeah, I think their name is Zeke was Maverick, and the other one was Barney, something like that. In my head, I'm like, oh, Maverick and Barney Simpson. But yeah, she rescued them, and then I could link that video up somewhere here about when we met them, basically, when we met Zeke and Elvis. But this video is about, unfortunately, Zeke passing away, and I'm just gonna tell you like what happened, how it came to be, like story, and then stuff that maybe like we could have done to prevent it or something, but like nothing is ever preventable. It's like it happens, life. But just in case you guys have like or maybe have similar situations of like pets, like living with other pets, like different types of species of pets, and maybe it could like help you guys out, and for different pet owners or just for anything, honestly, even if you have children. So this whole time we had them, like everything was fine, everything good. My sister, she has a part in her, like basically we have a room, we share a room, and in her closet it's also like the place where she keeps the mice and the guinea pigs. And before it was like a zip up 10%. Before actually it was like more of a I think it was like a Velcro situation type of thing. But then we quickly upgraded it to like a zipper to be more cat proof, And then we do have dogs. That's Marley working, and that's Elvis. But we do have Kai Bonita Marley, Chihuahua Poodle mixes, Kai Bonita essentially, and then Marley Chihuahua mixed breed. But we do have also 5 cats. We have Joji, Toby, Kyo, Cody, and Benee. And out of all the cats, Benee is the biggest. He's just basically like high size. They're like small, like medium, super like small dog. Marley is a Chihuahua, so he's gonna be smaller. But Benee, he's literally the size of like our dogs essentially. He's like the biggest cat we have. He's huge, and he's like more because he's just like bigger built and everything compared to all the other cats. And he still plays rough with them, like the other cats, like Cody. He's like really good. They're playing with each other because they're both like rough playing cats. But with Toby, he is a little bit more like brusco, like a little. He plays a little rough, but Toby doesn't like that. So I try like my best to breed them. They have gotten a little bit of scruffles, but try our best to avoid that. And also, he has bothered Joji in the past. I think I've talked to you guys about this, if not on Instagram, about how like it was before he was like neutered. But obviously now he just wants to play with her, like from time to time. But she does give him a little like warning signs, obviously, like like hissing or like I don't want to play. And he does respect her from time to time, but sometimes he just get a little carried away because he is a kitten as well too. Cody and Benee, they're both kittens. But I'm letting you guys know this just so you guys could get like an idea. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but just in case those of you who are new to this channel and don't have any idea about our pets and the type of pets we have. But we also have birds. I mentioned the mice in the closet. We also have turtles. So if you guys didn't know already, but I'm sure most of you guys know. And you guys can follow us on Petsuya. That's my sister's pet Instagram pet page. So we did have like this Velcro one. My sister upgraded it soon after that to a zip up one, and it worked like it was really good, functional. Like she still had like a little like gate type of part for like the guinea pigs come with like these like 10 by 10 or 12 by 10, 12 by 12 like little like cage type of things, and she uses it to block like the entrance. So when she like would unzip it, the girls, I call them girls, like dogs on Marley, like they won't like go in, even so they know to respect, because our dogs, we taught them to respect a lot. So they're like good. Marley doesn't honestly really care about any of the pets we have, honestly. So he's just like whatever. He's just in his own world, honestly. and he just wants to play with the girls, kind of bonita. But kind of bonita, they're super like, they, even with the mice, they get like crazy. Before, like when we had our cleaning days, from time to time, we'd like, you know, take out the mice, not like out, but like, you know, in their cage, and they'd get crazy, like, you know, they'd like snap at them or something. But it's just like from time to time. We usually just like leave them out of the room when we do our cleanings and stuff for the mice though. We just like them, seeing them, you know, because before with Rain's the Pelly, I don't know if you guys know, you know, that was my sister's first pet mice. They're 2 boys. We wanted them to meet this one time, and Juanita actually got Zappelli. But he was okay. Like he was just like really wet. But you know, it was like from that day on we were like, we can't let the dogs be like little critters because they're just crazy. You know, like just in case, you know, like thank God nothing happened to Zappelli at that moment. But you know, we just like more precaution. You know, like because we're just so excited. Like you know, we wanted them to meet because you know, like they good. But just in case anything happened.
It was an innocent thing.
Yeah. Just like a little, like, you know. But thank God nothing happened. It wasn't like we were, like, putting an animal, like, you know. We were putting an animal danger, but, like, not, like, you know. I did not think. I had Juanita, like, you know, good too. Like, you know, like, to not. She, like, oh. And we both screamed. But, yeah. So that was back then. So now we do have, like I mentioned, it was, like, the Velcro for the door and then the zip up. So, you know, this whole time, like, literally like a lot of months passed. They're literally Elvis and Zeke are about to almost turn 1 year. I believe Elvis' birthday is on June 4th, and I think Zeke's was late June too, right?
Yeah, like the 22nd or something.
Yeah, like around the 20th of June, but literally like, you know, almost in a month. So they're like, you know, they're not like old, but they're like, you know, they're young, but they're like, you know, getting to their like maturing like 1 year age, you know, at least, not like little baby ones anymore, like super babies. As I mentioned, you know, a lot of like, you know, the girls, they really like looking at the critters, you know, like Zeke and Elvis, and you can hear, you know, Kiwi and Mr. Billy in the back. I'm sure you guys heard them in the last video too. But so whenever they see them, they like kind of like, you know, hit or slap the, you know, the zipped up, you know, and like the cage thing that's blocking it too. So it's reinforced, and then my sister did put like, you know, like the staples before, right? But we did remodel the room, like the floor, so we had to take off the staples, so that did affect a little bit on like the zipper. But honestly, it was like, it was still pretty good. It would like hold up. It wasn't like, because you know the strength of the dogs that we have, you know, they're strong animals, you know, compared to like the cats. But they would always like slam it or like see them or like bark, because their thing is more bark. Cody, Benee, and like in Kyo, they're just like more like visual, like watchers. But Cody and Benee, they would like slap or like sometimes bite the little the zipper like fabric, you know, on like the whole like mesh type of door. So then on this one occasion, I believe this was in October sometime, Benee was still not neutered, but we put on a diaper on him, or I put on a diaper on him to, you know, so he wouldn't spray and then also wouldn't like, you know, do anything judgy in case, you know. So we actually had a like boogie night, because it was like in October and it was supposed to be like Elvis and Zeke, like we had them on a table, you know, all caged up around with like the guinea pig protection thing I was telling you about, like the little cage, the 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 inch thing. And then Benee was on the kitchen table looking at them. I was more like, or we were more precautious, and that's Baby Kai. Like they're whining because we updated the door and that they can't see. But we were more precautious about the dogs, you know. But I didn't really have my mind about like Benee, you know. He like, we were like, you know, we were good. He jumped on the table and then knocked down all like the cages. Thank God that Zeke and Elvis, they were like in a little like cubby type of thing, or like kuma like shape, like a little bed house type of thing. So then I quickly got them, and then no, you got them, huh?
I got them and you got Benee.
I got Benee, and I got Kai Bonita. Dad got Benee. Okay, and I remember my sister got them, and then like in the little like bed thing, so they were like safe, you know, they're good. And then I got the girls just in case, like, you know, like, because we were like, what happened? Because he literally just jumped on the table and just knocked everything down. So from then we wouldn't like let them free roam in a way, like with like, you know, like our animals like supervised, you know. Before we would like just with the cats, no dogs. But Toby, sorry, that's why I made their cage bigger. Yeah, and then but then when we would free roam them, we would just like let them free roam with the cats, and my sister made the cage a little bigger, like on the floor, but no dogs. Like the dogs would probably be with me in the room, And Toby really liked them. Like they're his best friends. Like they are his best friends. Like Elvis and Zeke. Like always. That's when he invited them to the party. You know, and everything. His like DC themed party. And he was like super nice with them. Also Joji and Kyo. Like I'm not sure about Cody because at this point we didn't have Cody until February. But by February they would like be in the closet for most of the time. My sister does still free roam them from time to time, but with no one in the room. Like it's just my sister and the guinea pigs. It's not me, but the girls, they get super like anxious. So one of us has to be with them, and then like a little bit separate for the time of the free roam. But Toby would like really be like curious about them. Like he'd like just sit there and be like nice with them. Like super like how like peaceful. What's that word? I don't want to say paradise. It's just like like they get along. Like they're animals that get along. But then, so fast forward to, I believe it was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, the 9th actually. I think I worked a closing shift, so I got out like maybe like around 8. I think 8:30 around there. So I got home around that time ish, 8 to 9. I got home, and the number one thing I do is I want to get dressed because I want to get out of my work clothes into like comfy pajama clothes or just like different clothes, and just like settle down, take off my backpack, take off my stuff, and then eat or like just say hi to all my pets. So then whenever I open the door, the dogs always greet us, and then the cats too. And then I noticed that the door, like my room door and my sister's room door, like because we're like roommates, but we're sisters, we're siblings, we share a room. It was closed. And I was like, oh, like, is it okay? Because we usually, like, sometimes we leave it closed because, like, of a specific reason. Or just, like, because, someone's over, something's going on. Like, or my mom's cooking or my dad's cooking and they're cooking, like, a meat or, like, fish, something temper like that. And they usually, like, Cody and Benee usually bother them a lot because they're a little bit more on, like, the disrespectful side, I guess, of, like, the cats. Like, the other ones, like, Toby, Joji, and Kyo know how to respect, honestly. Like, or, like, not know how to respect. They're more respectful than the little ones because they're still half-asses. So she told me the reason it was that reason because my mom's cooking and they're bothering her as in like literally like getting on the sink and getting super close to her and like her getting frustrated because she wants to cook and they're not letting her cook. So then I wanted to know whether or not to leave the door closed or leave it open. So then she said like I forgot what she said honestly, like at this point, because after this, she's just crazy. Not crazy. It was just insane. So then I went in the room, and then I can't even like, and some time has passed. Right now it's like May 25th. Like I think 2 weeks have passed, or 2 weeks I think, or almost 3. I forgot. Oh, so it's just like getting back in that mindset. I've talked to you guys, like when stuff happens, it's just getting back to it. Obviously, you're gonna like be again in that moment, or your body's gonna feel that. Like, oh, you're thinking about this, so I'm gonna feel that, or like remembering, but like I remember how it felt, like physically, emotionally, and like mentally, like how I was. And I was tired. I got back from work. I just wanted to like be home, relax, settle down, like like you're at home, like this is my home. So like I got in the room. I set like I don't even know if I set my backpack down. I set whatever I had in my hands down, like on my desk. And then, like, I believe the lights were on, I think. Not all the lights, not like this. But, like, maybe, like, the fan light on and, like, the LED lights on. I walked in, and then I did notice, I think, because this is where my mind's, like, a little, like, confused. But, like, also I can't remember if I remember right. Because, like, I was in shock, and I'm not, like, still in shock. But, like, because of the shock I was in, my mind's remembering things differently now. Like, looking back then. So then I'm not sure if I saw Benee inside, like, of the closet, like, zipped up, like, jump out and then leave. Or then I saw this. I mean, I heard a growl. And then I was like, what is that? And then, like, well, our cats do this. I'm pretty sure a lot of cats, like, do this too. They're, like, they get something, they're like, they're, like, holding something. He literally just fucking came in with this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Napkins? Look at the way you're holding it. It's like, oh, this is mine, like, get away from me type of vibes, like, they just have, like, even when dogs, but they, like, more, like, growl, like, but cats is more, like, Arr. He was doing that, And I don't like it because Cody and Benee do that a lot with their, like, not even, like, when they eat, Benee used to, when I first had him as a kitten, like, not kitten, but, like, he was, like, 5 months-ish. When I first met Benee, he would be super food, like, aggressive, like, I couldn't even pet him, like, while he was eating. Not super good, like, you know, like, not super good. He's way better than where he was before, like, super, way better. But he still has his, like, tendencies, him and Cody, of, like, when they find something or get something, even a toy or, like, a little trash or something, they just make that noise in their mouth, like, oh, get away from me, this is mine, you know? Like, a little, like, I just literally, like, fed, like, hey, give myself some cereal. I left a little, like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch by accident. Cody got it, and he started just growling, and he started eating it, you know, like, oh, this is mine. Like, they're just very like that, you know, those two cats. So then I heard that sound, and I was like, what? Like, who is that? And usually that sound comes from Cody. So then I looked at Cody, and when I first opened the door, I saw Cody around there, and I was like, oh, okay, like, he's here. And like, you know, but then I was like, oh, I don't know where Benee is. But then I set my stuff down. But then that's when I'm not sure if I saw Benee jump out of the room, but I didn't think much of it because I thought that he just, like, jumped, you know, from wherever he was. And then I think he went in the restroom, but, like, I think I saw him go in the restroom, but then that's when I heard the growl. And I looked at Cody, because usually Cody does that growl, like, and then he was, like, literally, like, nothing. He was, like, calm-ish. He was just whatever. He was just Cody, you know, like, when just, like, your cats are walking, just like that. And then I, like, looked, and I was like, Benee, and then I looked in the restroom. It was dark because the lights are off in the restroom. No one's using the restroom. And then I saw him have, like, a white, like, you know, thing, and I was like, and then I don't even know if at that moment I saw that, like, I saw him having something in his mouth. I'm already getting, like, a sinking feeling. And then I remember, I don't know, this is where I'm confused. I don't know if I remember seeing the cage first or, like, the, him, you know, first. But I remember seeing, like, the zip up. It was, like, unzipped, like, halfway, like, where, like, a doorknob would usually be, like, zipped up, like, that, like, high. It was, like, completely, like, not completely open, but, like, there's, like, big ass space, like, you know, when you, like, leave a zipper open. So then I was just, like, shook, but then I saw, like, I did see or notice a lot of white furs around there too, but I didn't really think much of it at the time as well. So then that's when I, like, saw her, I noticed, and then I turned on the lights, I think, or I don't even know if I don't know what I did. I forgot about the lights. Honestly, I can't think about the lights. That's, like, so unimportant, but I forgot, because obviously when I turned on the lights, I knew what it was, or, like, I knew what happened, but Benee had gotten a Zeke, like, from, like, the throat, and then you just saw him limp. But this is a part too that I swear to God, I also remember seeing him jump from, this is where I don't know if my mind just, like, made it up, or, like, saw it, or, like, remembered seeing it, him jump out with Zeke in his mouth, or I'm just, like, thinking that that's how it happened, so that's how I'm remembering it. But I remember seeing him in the restroom, though, like, having him, like, by his like, throat, and he was just, like, you know, like, limp, like, you know. So then I literally, like, the first thing I did was, like, I screamed, like, all it was, like, saying, I was just, like, Aaliyah, but, like, screaming, screaming, you know, because I was, like, in shock, and, like, I was, like, horrified, literally more horrified than anything. And then, like, all I could say was, Aaliyah, like, Zeke, or, like, Benee, like, I was just, like, I think I said Benee first, and then Leah, and I just kept on screaming, Leah, and then I was just, like, oh my God, like, this cannot be happening right now. Like, it literally felt like a nightmare, like, but, like, not even a nightmare. It was, like, you know, when just, like, you experience something, and you're just, like, I cannot believe this is, like, real, but, like, in a good way. Like, wow, I'm seeing, like, I'm in Japan for the first time or something. It's just, like, unreal. It was, like, that, but, like, horrible, like, opposite, like, literally bad dream, like, and come to life, or, like, real life. And it was just, like, I still can't believe that it happened. Like, I still, like, feel, or, like, think that he's, like, gonna appear, or, like, when we, like, feed them, because Elvis just comes up by himself. Alright, to move along with, like, this, not the story, but literally what happened, but, like, the story time I'm telling you guys. So then I screamed, she came, like, they came, like, running, like, my sister, my mom, my dad, because they were the only ones, like, home, I think. And then Leah, like, she saw, and then she just, I don't even know, I can't remember like a lot, but I just remember her saying Benee, and then she like, because like when I came in the room, like in the restroom, that's all he kept doing. He was just like holding him, and I just remember seeing him, like he literally had him like whatever, like you know, and then I was just like, oh, like, and then at this point too, I wasn't angry at Benee at all either. I was just very like shocked and shook that like, you know, he did this, but I'm not like no fue su culpa, like I'm not culpating, no, culpable, he's not culpable of like, you know, obviously like in a certain way, obviously he did it what he did, but like he was the one to do it, but it was just more like I was just like shook, so I was just like screaming like Benee, like Aaliyah, like because I was just like so shook. And then she came in, and then she said Benee, and then he dropped him like in front, like around like where like the litter box is, but like in front of it, like it wasn't like, you know, touching, like inside the litter box, it wasn't like that. And then Benee ran in the shower, and then that's when Aaliyah like got him, and then like kind of like tossed him out in a way, you know, like kind of like you know, like you have your cat, they like jump, you know, kind of like that type of vibe, not like through him, but like, you know, like I don't know how to say it, but you know, like, and then he went out, I think, then at this point we were all like, get everyone out, because all the pets came in, because they were excited, because I literally had just gotten home from work. So then we had to like literally take all the pets out. At this point we didn't know, but like it was just Cody and Benee inside, but Joji came in, and she went under the bed, so, but she's not like she won't do anything to them, you know, so she's fine. And I think she was scared because we were all screaming, and all the cats, and they weren't like scared, but Joji, she does get like scared when like something happens, like a loud noise, or like, you know, even a dog's barking, so when it gets so much, she does get like scared, so she runs away and hides. So I think that's what she did during the time. She hid under the bed in the room. So then we closed the door, we left everyone out, and then I think like either mom and dad stayed for a little bit, but they knew they had to go, like, you know, check on the other, like, you know, Kai, Bonita, Marley, like all the rest of the pets. So at that point, I don't know if they went out. It's like slightly confusing, because at this moment it was like I was there with my sister, like, you know, like, and she stepped out, because she was like, oh, what about Elvis? And then I was like, oh my god, like, oh, like I don't even, I was just like, Elvis. I was like, no, like, what if like something happened to him? What if he did something to him? What if like what happened? Like, I don't, like, what if he's just like injured? Like, what's gonna happen? You know, like, oh, so because at this point I was just like, no, like Zeke, like, you know, like, not like he's gone, but like he's gone. Like there was literally no way like we could like fix it or do anything, because he literally, like, the way he injured him, like, and my sister checked later on too, it was like he got him, he like bit him, but the like, it seemed like as if like, you know, he crunched his neck but then twisted it as well. So there was like just no way that we could like help him or like save him either. And it was like late, and like at the time, if we like did find a place or like to go to, it would have been like too late, honestly, because it would like there was like, and I felt so shitty because there's nothing I could do. So then she checked Elvis, like she checked like the zipper, and she was just like, oh my god, like it's literally up like halfway, like he opened it, because then like I think because he would mess around with it, and because they were inside the room locked up too, they had, or like that was their only form, I guess, of entertainment, like just observing the guinea pigs too, because at this time too, like the bird cage, and we have birds in our room too, it was closed, like we put like a little like blanket around it, so obviously like you know, for them it's like they're not there because the blanket's over them. But for the guinea pigs, they could like clearly see them. So then Benee gets super interested, because, you know, they're like toys to him, you know, because they're just like little critters running around. They're not even little, they're huge too. Like, they're not huge, but like, you know, like I said, their age, they're not like, you know, super babies, but they're not also huge. They're like, you know, the size, like almost a year old guinea pigs. And so then like we think that he got his paw and it just like went up all the way, or he just got his paw and he just like slowly started like trying to get in. And then she checked Elvis, that he's all good. He was just in the corner, he just seemed scared. And then that's when she saw like all like the fur, and it looked like Elvis's fur, like all over like the guinea pig like cage floor, on like the little blankets she has for them. And then while she was checking on Elvis, I was still in the room. I mean, I was in the restroom with Zeke, and then all I was just doing is just like apologizing to him, and just like saying that I was sorry, and wasn't supposed to happen like this, and that. It wasn't even supposed to happen at all, because like, you know, like it's just asked that it happened. Like he wasn't supposed to go through anything like that. Like obviously it's like you know, obviously for us it's like we feel it's our fault. Like for me it was like I wish I could have gotten, like I wish I didn't close that day, I wish I didn't work that day, what if I had never gotten the job. Like I was like, if only I came just a little earlier, if only I had asked like, hey, how are the guinea pigs, or like, you know, so many things. If only like we knew, we could have installed like the door earlier, or like not, you know, prevented a lot of stuff. And then, or if only like, I don't know, if only I had maybe trained Betty better or something to not like, you know, be like that. But then it's like there's no, like a lot of things are out of your control, and then it's like, you know, part of you blames or like you're like wanting to put the blame on something or someone, but it's like you can't do that to yourself and also that other person, or like, you know, or that thing, because it's like it's just things that happen. Obviously when it's like a fault or like a culpable thing, that's completely different, but this is like a different situation, you know. It's like in the end, yeah, we could have been like better pet parents, but then it's like we are like, we're good, like we provide them everything, we're like good. Like it wasn't like that a cage was like shitty. That's why she updated like the mesh one, like the Velcro, to the zip up, and it was like, you know, it's literally lasted us like almost a whole year, because like just because Benee like did that thing, because they were left alone and everything. I mean, not because they were left alone, but it was just like, because we had we leave the cats in the room alone, like sometimes not like alone, but like for long periods of time. Like that was literally like, I think my sister said like that they were literally in the room for like maybe max half an hour, like before I got there, like 20 minutes, because she said we had literally just put them in the room too, like because mom had just barely started cooking, and like she was like still kind of halfway done cooking by the time we got home. So it wasn't even like like we left them in the room for too long of a time or something, you know. And it was just the two cats. It wasn't like, sometimes we leave them like for maybe when like we have like visitors over, and because we know some of the cats gets like not scared, but like, yeah, like scared, right? They're like afraid of, you know, strangers, or like, you know, we have to be in the room for like a little bit, because also the dogs, you know, they bark at people when they're not like, when it's just people like coming like in and out like that, or like workers or like plumbers and stuff, you know. So it was just different. There's like so many things, but it's just like you never know until like, you know, it happens. Like for anything, in any situation, specifically for pets, you know. Obviously, like that time with like Zipelli and Juanita, like thank God nothing happened. That was like we did put like, you know, it was like we were also like very dumb, but like we were super excited for them to meet each other. But obviously, you know, you learn something or something happens, and you're just like, okay, we have to be like, you know, safer, more protective about, you know, not letting them like interact. And that's what we were, you know, we did do our best. Like, you know, we do our best for them. For everyone, for ourselves too. But obviously it's just like, you know, sometimes you feel like it's not enough, or like I do everything, we do everything good, like why did this have to happen? It's just like, it was just so ass. And so then I was just in the restroom crying on the floor, just like looking at him and just like saying that I'm sorry, and just talking to him. And then like you could like feel him, like his body was starting, like it was getting cold, like colder and colder as like minutes passed. And then I kind of covered him with a piece of toilet paper, just so my sister wouldn't really super see him. Obviously she did see him eventually, but it was just like, you know, the initial reaction of you see like, it's just, you see your animal, and then like, you know, it's because they're both our babies, and you don't want nothing to happen to them, but then, you know, shit happens, and you're just like, oh. That happened. Meanwhile, I was in there, I did hear my sister scream at my dad, and then, and this is another thing too, like, my mom, she knows not to say this anymore to us, but also because she knows that it's, like, not true anymore, or, like, not true anymore, like, she understands in a way. But my dad said, like, see, this is, not see, but, like, he said, this is what happens when, like, you have a lot of different animals, or like this is what's going to happen, or like you have this risk. And it's like, yes, it's true, but you can't say that, like, because like you can't say that. Obviously, you have the right to, but it's like it's not because of that. Because if it was because of that, we wouldn't have gotten like mice with cats, because you know mice and cats, or we wouldn't have gotten dogs and cats because they don't get along, or like, you know. But it's like we've proven that, like, you know, they do get along. You just need to, like, you know, let them be, like, you know, like good, like meet each other, like live with each other, like they eat with each other, like they're literally good with each other. Like obviously it's like people, like me and my sister, yeah, sometimes we don't get along. There are days that we don't get along. There are days that we super get along. Like it's just like that. Like, you know, but we're like, when we live with each other, we know like to live like in peace with each other. Like, or we know what to do to live in peace with each other. Like Benee knows they're gonna squabble with Toby, so he knows like now he's learning a lot more to not do that, or else, like, you know, they're not, like, then and Toby's gonna have that with him. It's just like, you know, different things. Toby and Joji, they learn to get along super well. Cody, like Kyo, like they all know, like, not like their place, but like in the pack, but like they know their place in the pack and then where they fit in, you know, like everyone. And then obviously like with the birds, the turtle, like literally they're like, you know. So you can't really like say that, like. So she's screaming at him, like, you know, and then like I understand. Obviously, she was also frustrated and like sad, and like she has all these emotions and feelings. But I think that like my dad was trying to say like the right thing. Not right. I think he wanted to say what he wanted to say, and not like I think what she needed to hear. And it's like, you know, it's like our dad. Like, you know, we want, you know, like we need someone like at this moment to like ground us. But that wasn't a way to ground us. At least for like, I know like how it is for us, you know. And then my mom was like, because she's a very like also spiritual type of person as well. She's religious, you know, but like she believes in God, at least. I don't know about her religion, but I know she believes in God. But she is like a faith type of person, or like, you know, that type of person. And she always has this like, you know, belief that like when animals like pass away or something happens, like they do it for us, like for the family, like they take the hit essentially, you know. So she was like, you know, maybe it was like also like protecting us in some way. So it's like, you know, she's trying to like, you know, not like kind of like do it in like a way that's like not like he died for us, but like, you know, kind of like that. But it's like, you know, in the end it's just like I didn't want to lose him. I didn't want him to die. I would rather take the hit, you know, than him, because he's like a little animal. Yeah. So then after that, my dad left, and my mom, that's when I think she told us. And then my sister went in the restroom, and then we just started crying. And then I told her, like, I'm sorry, because I also felt it was my fault, because he's my cat, like, that he did this to her pet. But, like, I know it's not his fault. I just felt really bad. But, you know, things just happen out of our control, out of, like, the pet's control, like, you know, because they're animals, you know, like, you can't be, like, you know, angry at them either. And then it's just, like, I mean, I'm not angry at him, but it was just, like, I felt that, like, it was my fault, like, a shitload. And we were just crying, you know, just, like, trying to be, like, supportive, or, like, being each other's support, like, throughout the system. Because, like, only we know, like, because, I mean, we're the ones that are with them, you know. We, like, convivimos con ellos más. Like, we spend a lot more time with them. And, like, you know, we get to know them. Like, we feed them, we interact with them, we play with them, and we hang out with them. Like, they literally hear us every day, like. And then she ordered, like, a little, like, not a little, a big wooden box, like, to be his coffin. So we eventually put him in that. And, you know, letting him air dry and, like, you know, all that stuff. But, it was just, like, it was just a very, very sad night. Like, no, we didn't go to work. We both called off the next day, I believe. It was just, like, I literally, like, the way I felt like it was just like so unreal. Like, I can't believe this life. Like, I dead ass can't believe like this life, because it was just like all their other pets have passed away. Like, I guess you could say because of like not like all our pets before. I made a video about like the Dia de los Muertos, like this like light that I like upgraded. And I made like Cempasúchil. It was for Day of the Dead, like Dia de los Muertos, and it's like basically like a shrine or like what's it called? Altar. For like, you know, like Mexican culture, Day of the Dead, you know, but for my pets. So I constantly have that on, like the light lamp. I could link that up somewhere here if you guys want to see how I DIY'd that. But it has, you know, all of our pets basically. Not all of them that have passed away, but the ones at least I have a picture of, you know. Most of them have died from old age, you know, grateful. But it's like, you know, there's those that like, you know, my chihuahua or not our chihuahua, Wendy, from like a long time ago passed away because she was ran over by a car. And then also Ricky was also ran over. And then, you know, Leah's raised to Benee, they died of old age. And then, you know, Tachanka, I really don't know how he died. TBH, I laugh because I just know that he like shot or something and then that was it. But it was really, really sad too. Just, you know, there's like a lot, not a lot of them, but like at least from I can remember and that I could kind of see. But it's like, I know we have Canella and then Anakin, but Canella, she died from old age, you think?
I don't know. I know Anakin had something like, he probably had something in his genes. Yeah, because he started wiggling around like when I saw him. It looked like he got really old. But I think Canella had that like satin
coat type of thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
it's
that, like yeah.
It like deteriorates them from the inside.
Like
something.
fast, right?
Yeah.
Faster compared to like others.
I forgot what it's called though.
Same. But yeah, like, you know, it's just like they live for a long time at least, like of their lifetime. But then it's like, you know, we have pets like you know, like Wendy, Ricky, like Zeke, where it's just like I wish we could have done, or I could have done like more, so you could have like, you know, lived like at least your lifetime or like your full life expectancy, because we would have liked that, you know. But it's also like we can't control that. No one has control of anything like in terms of that. So then like around that time too, I got like not like really scared, but it was just like not like what if I'm next, but it was just like, you know, but like this whole time I was like every day, like 5 years ago now, whatever, it's like I'm forever grateful for everyone and everything that's in my life. Like I've always said that, like I'm grateful for my body, like literally everything, like my fingernails, like my toes, like literally everything. I'm so grateful for everything. I've always said that. So it's just like at that moment it was like so unreal. Like I wouldn't like that whole day. I think we stayed in. The day after, I think I hung out with like the boyfriend, and then we went out to the movies. We watched the new Marvel movie, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then when you were walking there, I would just see like the wind, like the sky, the trees, the cars. It's like, they're just moving, like the leaves, the trees. Everyone's living like their life, but it's like all I can think about is Elvis. Like, you guys didn't know Elvis, so why is it like the world hurting? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like it just felt like a part of me just didn't feel like I was like not like alive, but it just felt like so like not unsettling, but like because he had passed away, and the way that he passed away, the way that we found out, and then like I think I was like in super shock too, because I like found him, like I literally just came in from work, and then I just saw Benee have him, and then you just see him, and then so I just felt that way for like a little while. Not obviously now because I'm crying and shit, but like, you know, because I'm talking about it too, and like remembering and everything. But like I've had this for a while. Like, I've been wanting to share with you guys, but I haven't really, like, had / made time for it because I've been busy with work and shit. I'm, like, staying up doing stuff. But it's, like, you know, I've had it, so it's just, like, it feels kind of good to let it out and, like, let you guys know. So, like, but it's, like, you know, bringing up everything again. I felt that way for a while. And then, as, like, the days passed on, it's, like, I would be more appreciative of, like, nature and shit like that. And just be, like, you know, like, oh, and then after that, my sister would hang out, like, a lot more with Elvis. Because, you know, Zeke was his, like, best friend. And then, and then my sister, Yaya, was, like, oh, like, maybe it was, like, Zeke trying to teach us, like, not, like, teach us a lesson, but, like, teach us, like, or remind us that, like, you know, we shouldn't take life for granted, and, like, you know, like, stuff like that. Like, we should just, like, you know, be appreciative of every day and who we're with and who's in our life, with our family. Because you never know what's gonna happen. Like, it's true, but, like, he was also, like, not, like, corny or cheesy, but, like, kind of, like, that. But yeah, my sister and I would, like, hang out more with Elvis because, like, I mean, he had Zeke, you know? Like, they're, like, best friends this way. It's always good to pair up your, like, guinea pigs to have, you know, not partner necessarily, like, female, male, but, like a herd, or, like, not a herd, but, like, you get me, like, a companion. You know, obviously, that's a completely different thing if you want, like, you know, babies, stuff like that. But, I mean, we don't want that. We just, you know, we had the boys. They're her first guinea pig. So, we were gonna, like, see how he is, like, you know, from that time, to see how he does it, because, you know, some guinea pigs could be good, like, alone, or, like, you know, need a companion. But, so far, honestly, Elvis had, like, he's, like, eating a lot more now because Zeke would hog up his food a lot. And, he's good, like, you know, and then, like, obviously, like, time will tell if, like, you know, we do get another one over, you know. Right now, it's just focusing on Elvis, you know. And he's, like, good. We changed a lot. My dad, he made a door. Who are you? Like, an actual door with a doorknob. He cut out, like, a like, hole in the door, but added, like, a steel wiring type of thing. It's, like, super sturdy, and, like, it's like the type of cage that the mice cage that we did the past videos. Like, how they were the mice cages, like, that type of, like steel, like, you know, wire type of thing. And, it's just, like, you know, it's safer, obviously, you know, more cautionary, like, precaution. Like, we still have the little, like, gate at the bottom too, more for the dogs than anyone, like, so they won't come in. But, like, when we open the door, they don't, like, you know, go in. It's just, like, they're blocked. It's, like, you know, things happen, like, you know, obviously, we work and we make it better, like, that. Like, my dad literally, like, we were, like, we gotta, like, do, you know, change it. So, because that whole time, we would not let any cat inside, except Joji, because, like, we had, you know, the zipper was broken, essentially, because of Benee, like, broke it. Like, literally broke it because he ripped it and everything. But, Joji was the only cat allowed inside. Then Toby, then Kyo, like, because they're good. They're good with them. It was just Cody and Benee that they're just crazy ones, honestly. But, yeah, like, we fixed that, I guess you could say, or, like, you know, that's what we did to make the situation not happen again, or not ever, like, super likely to happen again between our cats. But literally ever since that day, he hasn't gone near the door at all. He kind of looks, but, like, he doesn't really, like, care, because it's not as like, exciting as it was when he would, like, see them on the floor, and he would be on the floor just observing them through the mesh. And I'll show you some pictures that my sister took, like, literally, like, that day earlier. But yeah, I just wanted to, like, let you guys know, you know, just in case, like, you guys, you know, or, like, you know, let you know how we've been, or, like, because I haven't really been posting nothing, even on Instagram, because, like, I'm just, like, it just feels like I don't want to move on, you know, but, like, I know life moves on and stuff like that, and we have to be good for our pets, you know, like, currently and everything, but it's, like, yeah, it's just hurt losing a little one, you know, like, a part of our little family. But yeah, I want to let you know that like Zeke, he's no longer with us physically, but he's still with us spiritually and emotionally, and he'll always be like in our hearts, like forever and ever and ever. And then all our pets wrote him a little letter, like saying goodbye essentially and thanking him. And then yeah, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I appreciate you guys watching this whole video if you did, and if you did, make sure to give this a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.
Comment down below RIP Zeke.
And then comment down below RIP Zeke. And also popcorn in hashtag popcorn in paradise, huh?
Popcorn in paradise, Zeke.
Alright, guys.
Hi, Zeke.